What is up, guys? Welcome back to Cozy Talks. This week we got just me. Today we're going to be talking about the UFC Seattle recap and how great of a card it was. It was probably the best card of the year. I don't think there's much debate on that. I did a lot of other cards we watched this year. Have had probably more finishes than any card we've had too. Probably more than total what we've had this year. Controversial decisions. We just had a lot of underdogs. I mean, picks didn't go our way. We'll talk about it in the recap. Let's get into it real quick. So, first fight of the night, Alexa Tainara, Bruna Brazil. Alexa Tainara turned this into a one-sided match. I mean, I'm recording this on April 1st, so I already got the news. Bruna Brazil got cut after this fight. I think her contract was up, or she just wasn't performing up to what the UFC wanted. I mean, she's 11-7, not the greatest record. Uh, but yeah, Alexa Tainara got her to get back. We talked about this on Tuesday last week that Alexa Tainara lost. She's the one loss, and she got that revenge. And I mean, yeah, it was one-sided. Her striking was clean. Her grappling was dominant. Um, it just sucks we didn't get a finish, but Alexa Turner retains her ranked spot. And we'll see where she goes from here. I mean, I would definitely assume she definitely fights top 10. Strawweight is pretty shallow, but yeah, I think there's a lot of good fights you can make with Tainara. I don't have the rankings up. Sorry. I would be able to tell you who I would think off the top of my head, but it's just a recap. So let's move on. Next fight, Ricky Simone, Adrian Yanez. I can see, as you can see, it was a draw. Watching this live, it was pretty tough to score, to be honest with you. I felt like the first round, like for how much there was like lack of activity, the striking felt really even. I thought Ricky Simone may have edged out the first, possibly, but I've seen a lot of people say it was Yanez, and I can't really argue it. Um, Second round was clearly Ricky. His wrestling took over the round. He got some better strikes off. Yanez had some counters to answer back with, but overall, Ricky Simone controlled that round. Third round was an ass whooping. It was Adrian Yanez all day. I think a 10-8 is very fair. I feel like Ricky Simone was kind of fighting on the back foot that whole round. Yanez was landing insane combos, and he was just putting in the work on Ricky. Last 10 seconds, drops Ricky, and then also almost gets him out of there. I wouldn't have been shocked if they called it because Ricky Simone definitely didn't seem like he was there. Went to decision, and yeah, the scorecards were a big, big, big head scratcher in this one because I personally said 29-28 Ricky because like I said, I gave him the first. Obviously gave him the second. I said he got his ass kicked in the third. Uh, a lot of people were upset. Everyone said Adrian Yanez, and like I said, I can't argue it. I think the first round was definitely one that was up for debate. Um, but third round was most definitely Adrian Yanez. He definitely won that round. A 10-8. I can understand a 10-8, and that would obviously lead us to a draw. But a majority draw with one judge giving it Ricky, I think really pissed a lot of people off. I'm not really sure. But it was a good fight nonetheless. Ricky Simone fighting in his hometown. Sucks he didn't win because he was one of our guys that we picked. He's one of the PNW guys. Adrian Yanez just showed out, man. Coming a little from hiatus, and he puts the work on Ricky. It just happens, man. It was a good fight. Moving on, Navo Sterling, Bruno Lopez. Okay, this is where I'm going to build a little bit of a storyline here. But we talked about Navajo Sterling getting the knockout win, and he got it. I mean, Bruno Brazil, 3 losses. All three of those losses are knockout losses. Yeah, he just got the shit beat out of him. I mean, it was really weird. First round was kind of slow. Felt like Bruno Lopez was kind of pulling a Cody Brundage masterclass and really just dragging this fight out. Navajo wasn't putting together the combos the way we thought he would. He wasn't landing clean. And then the second rolls around, and he's a different fighter. I mean, he was fighting crazy. He was fighting super clean, landed everything he needed to. Rocked Bruno, dropped Bruno, full mounted Bruno, and the fight went on really fucking long. If you listen to the broadcast, you hear Dominic Cruz talk about it. He's like, "Man, I wish I got this kind of chance because it was Keith Peterson. There's a beef between Keith Peterson and Dominic Cruz." But it was just crazy because he let him just get the shit kicked out of him for a while. I thought they should have called it sooner. And the reason I'll talk about that is when we move on. But yeah, we called this spot on Navajo, so it was a great win for Navajo. Give him some better competition moving forward. Casey O'Neill, Gabriel Fernandez. Wow, we took a dog shot here. I think at the time we called it as a favorite, but we'll call it as a dog because I mean she fought like shit. She got her ass beat real quick in that first. Casey O'Neill, I did not know she was like that. I have not seen her in a minute. So I didn't know what she was gonna look like when she came back, but great win for her. Congrats. I mean, she's awesome. Watching Casey O'Neill, I mean, I'm not a hater because I picked against her. Gabriel Fernandez, I thought was going to come in with the advantage of not, having more activity and also having the what I thought would be better striking, but clearly I was wrong, and that's okay. I don't mind being wrong. Trips are welcome. But yeah, this was a great spot. Welcome back, Casey O'Neill. She's definitely gonna be moving up in the rankings. She was already ranked at this time. I don't know where she's gonna move up going forward, but she said she wants to be active this year. So that's something I'm always a big fan of. Z and I always preach we want activity. We don't want guys fighting once a year and never see them again. So big one for Casey O'Neill. Sucks we lost on this one, but move on. Marcin Tybura, Tyrell Fortune. Wow, heavyweight fucking sucks, bro. We have seen so many fights in heavyweight just be the most boring shit this year. And it's fights like this, man. Marcel Tybura, about to be 41, thought he won on the scorecards when he clearly got dominated in the grappling. He outstruck him, which is the one like weird thing here because this fight was really close. I think it's 29-28 either way. I would not be upset with. But when I heard that 30-27, I'm like, maybe Tyrell because the wrestling was just better and he definitely controlled this fight from the jump and what I felt was I don't know. There wasn't really much going on in this fight. This felt very fucking like a shit fight. Um but yeah, I don't really know what much to say on this one. Z would probably have more to say on it just because I was not impressed. I really wasn't like too into it after the second round. I'm like, man, this is really about to go decision. We're about to watch some fucking fat ass heavyweights just like drag this out, and we're not gonna get anything fun out of this. So I was pretty disappointed. It was great for Tyrell Fortune. He comes in and he beats on his debut, beats a number 8 ranked heavyweight, Marcin Tybura. Where does Myson Tucker go from here? I think he probably just retires. I mean, he's 41 and he's really just on the downtrend in his career. If he wants to fight again, I mean, feed him to a prospect, bro. If you're gonna want to stick around when you're 41, there's nobody wants to like have a boring heavyweight fight anymore. That's kind of what we get. I mean, maybe you'll fight Steven Asplin. Steven Asplin, I think, showed a lot of improvement. Maybe you'll fight Vitor Petrino. I don't know. Give him someone. Get him out of there because he's probably done after this one or his next one. I don't know what he said yet. He obviously didn't get an interview or anything. Tyrell Fortune, it's a crazy story. What we've heard about his life, how he was pronounced dead and then resuscitated, and now look at him. Now he's in UFC. Now he's ranked. It's a big win for him. So moving on. Chase Hooper, Lance Gibson. Okay, this is the first big, big, big underdog that cashed for people who were on the side of Lance Gibson. I mean, it's weird to see just a one-sided affair here. Chase Hooper once again shows that his striking is very lackluster. It shows that he has zero striking game, and he's just a long, lengthy grappler, man. I mean, if he doesn't get you to the ground, he's pretty much just a fish without water, dude. He's so fucked. Lance Gibson, I mean, he's no slouch. We didn't rate him as a slouch. I think we just rated Chase Hooper a bit higher because of how excellent his grappling is. But he clearly didn't learn from his last fight with Alexander Hernandez that you can't strike with guys that have any sort of competent striking. Even though King Green put the beating on Lance Gibson, it was a short notice fight. Lance Gibson talked about it in his fight interview. I mean, we'll give him some slack, man. I mean, Bobby Green looks good right now. He's on what, a 2 or 3 fight win streak right now. He's looking solid. He wants one more fight before he heads out to the strip club that he owns. Um, it's a big win, man. I mean, he was like a plus 300 underdog here. He got the knockout. He landed a flush elbow on the side of Chase Hooper's jaw. Got him wobbled. He backed up for like basically went into like a 4 point stance, and then yeah, Lance Gibson just closed it out, got him out of there. It when I was watching it live, if the reason I was talking about the late stoppage here, this fight felt like it could have been they could have let this play out a little longer. 'Cause it felt like it was a quick call. Once Chase Hooper, like, hit his 4 point stance, it was like the ref was already rushing in. It was really, really weird how quick they called this one. Chase Hooper didn't argue it, though. I think he understood that he got caught pretty fucking hard, and he probably was a bit wobbled. But, yeah, I feel like they could have let this one play out a bit longer because, yeah, I didn't feel like he was totally out of there. We know Chase Hooper's a grappler. He probably could have got a hold of a leg or something and maybe turned position. Who knows? But yeah, it's kind of a tough one. I thought they should have let this one play out longer, but it was a good win for Lance Gibson, man. Sucks that the fans booed him. Maybe it's because he's representing Canada because he's born from here. He's talked about being born in Seattle. Uh, but it just is what it is, man. Great win for Lance Gibson. Tough for Chase Hooper. I think you gotta just keep trying him with grapplers, man, because strikers are clearly putting them out. But it's the UFC. If it's sink or swim. If you're not beating anybody, then why are you here? But that's obviously his specialty. He's just like a Jim Miller here. All these guys is decent grappling. Let's move on. Ignacio Bahamondes, Tofik Musayev. Okay, this fight. Yes, it won fight of the month. Yes, it was a great fight. It was the most misjudged fight I think we've watched like all year, maybe longer than that, because Tofik fought like a fucking dirty cheat. Ignacio had him hurt and went for a takedown. He had body lock on the back, and Tofik full fingers in the cage, yanks the cage. Ref somehow doesn't see it. Like, I don't know how do you not see the cage move from your angle? You don't see the cage getting like fucking ripped on, and that should be a point because it was such a significant part of the fight. He would have got takedown. He would have had a top position, and he may have been able to get Tofik out of there, but ref did nothing. Fight went on. Later in the fight, Tofik headbutts him pretty fucking hard. Ref does nothing, and then it just becomes a one sided thing. It's like you're letting Tofik get away with all this shit, and he's rewarded with a 30-27 because Ignacio gets a flush elbow when he ends up on his back in this fight. And then it's just Tofik being given the wet blanket treatment, wanting to swim in fucking Ignacio's blood. It was not a great win, man. If Tofik's not against the side of the cage, he would have got the fucking the shit beat out of him, just like Oral By did to him. I'm pretty upset with the fight. I thought Bob Mondes was gonna be a guaranteed lock. Tofik was a big ass underdog in this one. 36 years old. Last time we saw him, he got Kimura'd hard by Oral By. Tough spot. I mean, Bilal Muhammad, everyone that's kind of the same camp as Ignacio was talking about, like, man, he really just got done dirty in this one. So unfortunate one here for the feature prelim. But the main card, let me just summarize the main card for you guys real quick, and then we'll talk about 6 fights on the main card, 6 finishes. This is why I thought it was easily best card of the year because last time they were in Seattle, it was 7 fights on the prelims. All 7 were finishes. This year, 6 fights main card, 6 finishes. Seattle's just different. Something about Seattle, something in the air, man. It just makes for great fights. It ended up, being ranked number 1, for Gates for viewing. So it was insane. So first fight, Terrence McKinney out of Spokane versus Kyle Nelson. We called this. We said first it's gonna be first round or bust. I don't believe a fucking word Terrence McKinney says about fighting patient or whatever, because he ran him down, bro. It was so fucking quick. 24 seconds in the first. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Dude hit him, chased him against the fence. Kyle Nelson tucked up. Terrence McKinney got him out of there. It was quick. It was quick. There's not much to talk about here. Terrence McKinney just continues his streak, and now he is the leading. He's the leader in shortest average cage time in the UFC. So I thought that's pretty cool to have a guy from Washington hold that for what it is right now. But yeah, you just keep making fun fights with Terrence McKinney. I think he needs to be on pay-per-views. I think he is an exciting fighter, and he always makes for fun fights. Even if he loses, you know what you're getting. You're getting something entertaining. So hopefully we see him on a pay-per-view moving forward. He got out clean, so maybe he's gonna have a short turnaround. We'll see. Moving on. Mansour Malik, U-ZAH. Yeah, I talked Z off this one, and I feel bad about it because it was definitely usury all day. Mansoor, I think we can kind of give him the lack of credit now. He built his record with the cupcake schedule, like Z talked about. He has not fought anyone significant, and it was definitely was one of the more padded records in the UFC. And Yusri, man, I mean, he beat Osman Bakoyev. That should have told him all we needed to know. We should have been on him. He trains in Glover's camp. It's something different in the camp, man. Those guys just breed winners. I think Yusri's gonna be a problem for middleweight moving forward. I think his takedown defense is just so good. His pop-up time is so fucking fast. You get him down and he's up. He's fast. He does not like being down long. And for being 6'6", it's pretty crazy to watch. You know, it's like we're watching a middleweight Volkov, and he's just good. His striking super clean. He knocked down Mansoor bad in the second, and then got him out of there in the third. Great win for Usury. Uh, I don't remember who he said he wanted going forward. I think he kind of just called out whoever wants to come get it. But yeah, bad win for Mansoor. It was a bad pick. Again, here we go. Another bad pick. Another underdog cashes. And yeah, I mean, yeah, so sometimes you just can't read these. You know, it's pretty crazy. But let's go forward. Julian Rosa, Larion Douglas. Yeah, we were wrong. Whatever. We knew this was probably gonna be a bad call. You know, but we don't fade PNW guys. We just don't do it. Julian Rosa was a scarecrow. He stood there and just got beat on. He got knocked down twice. I think it was three times. The jab put him on his ass against the cage twice. And then Larion got him out of there like later in the third or in the first, I mean, sorry. And yeah, Larion Douglas is what he's been you know, is what he's been shown to be. We know he's a good striker and he's young. We'll see where he goes going forward. He's a product of Cub Swanson. We talked about that already. It was a great win for him. Julian Rosa. Tough to say what you do with Julian Rosa, man. I think he might decide to call it quits because he's already got 45 fights in the and his professional career. Um, and he's not getting the results he wants. This is a tough spot to be in matchmaking wise. You're fighting a guy who's a powerful striker, and you're a guy who's been chinned multiple times. And yeah, you're kind of just thrown to the wolves here. So it's kind of tough. Maybe they hook him up and give him another decent fight. But yeah, it's a good one for Larion Douglas. Now I kind of would think we see what's going on. I think we see another guy that could be a fun prospect moving forward. So yeah, let's move on. Next one, Michael Chiesa and Nico Price, the double retirement fight. There was no punches thrown. That's funny. There's one punch for Nico Price that landed. But wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Michael Chiesa, man, walked off into the sunset. We called this. If you missed on this, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, Nico Price, we talked about it. 6 week turnaround comes in here. He wants a retirement fight. He just wants to be done, man. And he said he's gonna play spoiler. Not much to be spoiled here. Michael Chiesa does what he does best. Gets a takedown, gets the back, locks up the rear naked, and gets out of there, man. I mean, you can't write it off any better than that. Um, I won a parlay on this. I was losing pretty bad because of all these underdogs winning and my parlays getting shocked. I made a parlay. I'll tell you about it real quick. I made a parlay with Terrence McKinney round one, Lurion Douglas round one, and then Michael Chiesa round one. I kind of faded myself here because I was just like, I need to get some money back. And I think Julian Rosa was still alive on a play I had, but I was like, I need to just kind of hedge it. Michael Chiesa, I think, is gonna be free here, with how significant of a favorite he is. And I was right. He locked it up, got out of there, walked off clean. Next fight, man, we were wrong. And I think from the walkout song I heard amongst the Grasso, I knew I was wrong from then. I was like, dude, this shit just sounds insane. It's one of the most banger walkout songs I think I've heard in a while. And man, Macy Barber did not look like herself in there. Alexa Grasso, we don't we I mean we gave her the credit, but I think she still she still has the chance to be a champ again. I think she is on her turnaround. She suffered some bad losses to Natalia Silva and Valentina Shevchenko. Uh, but it's 1-1, Shevchenko Grasso. I think she can find her way back. I think Natalia Silva is going to be a title holder one day. She could probably be the next title holder. I think she could be Valentina Shevchenko, but we'll see. Um, because Grasso, yeah, man, she's a tough out. And the way she did Macy Barber, man, wow. Knocked her cold, flat. I mean, there's memes all around. You see Macy Barber laid out, looking off, fucking not there. It's scary, man. I mean, I feel for her. She was on a big win streak. Her last loss was Alexa Grasso back in the day. And she comes back and loses again. This time way worse. Gets knocked out cold. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Alexa Grasso, it's a big win for her. I think she's gonna get a spot back in the top five again. Not sure who she's gonna get. Um, Macy Barber, it's a tough one. I think Alex Grasso maybe gets Aaron Blanchfield. She didn't take any damage really in this one. I think she can have a quick turnaround. Um, but the Macy Barber, it's tough. She was like number 8 or something like that. But she could stay in the rankings. I don't see why not. She's probably gonna fight someone like really close to her in the rankings that's below her. And we'll just see kind of a toss-up match. But Grasso, big one for her. Let's get to the main event. Before we do it, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys like the video, comment, share. I forgot to say that in the beginning, but yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you guys do that. Appreciate it. Izzy Adesanya, Joe Pyfer. I was on the side of Izzy. Z was on the side of Pyfer. And yeah, man, it's just sad to see. I mean, I think we can all kind of just come to terms with it. Izzy is probably washed. He's probably done. Very unfortunate. Four fight losing streak. And it's just tough to watch because first round felt like we were maybe gonna get a good fight here out of Izzy. Gonna get him fighting his kind of fight, point fighting. We know it's what he does best, counter striking, all that. But Joe Pyfer, man, he's just relentless. I think him using the cage to pressure Izzy and lock him up against the cage really was the determining factor here. It ate up all that distance that Izzy needed to do what he does best. Um, but Pyfer just, he made him fight his kind of fight. He kept it in the pocket, landed a flush right on Izzy, and I think Izzy was just out of there mentally after that. I think he kinda just knew that he was in there with someone better than him at that time. I mean, Prime Izzy would do things to Pfeiffer, but, the Izzy we have right now is not the Izzy that I think is gonna be a world title holder again. Um, but yeah, Pfeiffer, big one for him. He talked about, in his post-fight interview how he almost killed himself because he cheated on his girl. I don't condone cheating. I think it's terrible, and that's kind of like a red flag that you're like, oh, I cheat on my girl and I'm gonna kill myself, and you say it publicly out loud to everyone. It's I don't know, taboo. It's kind of like one of those things that's like I don't know. You want her to see it live. What's the whole thing about that? You are a kind of piece of shit for it. It is what it is. You move on. Now who do we give Pyfer? I mean he knocked out Izzy in the second. He was stuck on his stomach. Pfeiffer had his feet elevated. There's pictures and memes of it where Izzy's feet are just kicking. I mean, he's nothing he can do. Pfeiffer didn't take really any damage in this one. He could have another decent turnaround. Izzy, I don't know, man. I don't know what you make for Izzy. But let's talk about the winners first. So Pfeiffer, what do you give him? I think you give him Kyle Barhaio. I do. I think Kyle is the fight to make for Pfeiffer. I don't think he's proven enough beating Izzy. Izzy was already losing a bunch. This is his first fight back. I think it was a fight where Izzy could turn around and retain his spot in the top 5. Pyfer was dominant, and his one bad loss was Jack Hermanson, and I think we know that age is like shit, but he's proving he's a different fighter now. Um, yeah, I think Pyfer gets Kaio. I don't think that's a bad idea. Schedule that for International Fight Week or sometime in the summer. Israel Adesanya, you probably give him Fluffy. Both guys still mid ranks, near the the top side of the top 10. Um, yeah, I think that's what you do. I think you do Izzy and Fluffy. Um, yeah, and then Pyfer is one more fight. I think he beats Kaio. No matter however he handles it, I think he either gets the title shot or he gets the title eliminator. Because I think both Kyle and Pyfer are one fight away. Because Kyle lost to Imavov, and Imavov I think is on the back burner from the Strickland Chimaev fight. So yeah, I think they're one more away, and then we'll see where we go from there. Because we got the DDP still waiting around. They do Pyfer DDP, that'd be pretty crazy. Or Kyle DDP, and then Pyfer just waits around. I don't know. There's a lot of things they can do. Middleweight has been clogged up for a while. I mean, they got a pretty inactive champ. A guy that fights literally like once a year. So tough to decide what to do with their top 5 because they don't really get any action. Basically the whole year outside of the champ or everyone but the champ is fighting. But yeah, so that's it for the recap, guys. If you stuck around, appreciate it. that's just it's a little late getting out to you guys, but we want to make sure you have it. So that way, you can kind of listen in. You can go watch it on Paramount, hear what we had to say. With that being said, go stay cozy. See you guys in the next one next week. Moicano, Duncan. See you then.